So good morning everybody. Happy New Year. Carlos here, just adjusting his chest mount so that you get a view of my route today, my route. I'm never sure whether I'm saying it the English way or the American way or the Canadian way. So many different versions of English. And funnily enough, the one that I have the most trouble with is New Zealand. Man, do they sound weird. Australians, I've got used to Australians, the Australian accent. I've got used to that, but New Zealand is, you almost need subtitles. A bit like the Jamaican, when they have these guys talking in their Jamaican accent, that they have subtitles so you can understand what they're saying. Anyway, New Zealand is a very tricky accent for me. So, as you might have gathered, I'm going to take you, hi there, I'm going to take you once around the golf course today. Today is Thursday. That was Sheila. She follows me on Strava, and I follow her on Strava. I'll walk through the ducks today so I don't scare them. Morning. They look nice and fat, those ducks. Once around the golf course chip trail on the New Year's, what is it now, Thursday the 4th. I have to remember to change the date. Hello there. Change the date on my screen when I post this podcast. I have to put Jackal Productions 2024 at the bottom. So, in terms of stats, I've noticed a drop off on my video stats. Good morning.
Morning.
I think the main reason for that is because they are more or less just extended slideshows with 10 minutes or more of black screen at the end. But today is going to be wall-to-wall video. Full-time, real-time will be the title today. Yep, so when that happens, when the video viewership drops, I notice that my audio listenership increases slightly. I think maybe people are choosing what platform to view or listen to my show. Obviously, I'm not sure what the viewership is on my Facebook page because I do post an ads-free version of the file, the video file, when I get it. I run this loop so many times now, I should remember the exact distance, but I'm thinking that it's 3.4 kilometers. I can't really tell you offhand, but it's going to be 3.4. Yeah, that's going to be 3/8. It's going to be within my half hour, so it's going to be half an hour of continuous video. I'm going to start running very soon after I figure out what these people are looking at. What's up there, a bird?
No, just a tooth shed.
A bird will be more interesting.
Yeah, I thought maybe an owl or a...
No, I just like the shed.
You like the old shed on top of that It's like a treehouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it has a great view from the windows.
Yeah. Anyway, have a good hike. All these guys are so familiar. Hi there. Happy New Year.
You too. Have a good one.
I might see the Prairie Inn Harriers today. I've already seen one. Sheila. She's a Prairie Inn Harrier. This guy's not at school. He's probably going to be an Olympian one day. It's amazing how young they are nowadays. Swimmers and tennis players are getting younger and younger. World record holders at 16. That kind of deal. I'm going to be seeing Sheila again, no doubt, on the other side when she's coming back. She runs a little faster than I do, but she does a heck of a lot of cycling as well. Most of her cross training is cycling. I see her a lot on the Lockside Trail. I'll be able to tell from my video length when I finish how far this is. Hello.
Way too down.
I've got the adjustments on my chest mount just about right today. I figure there's various ways of attaching the phone, and the closer the phone is to my chest, the better the acoustics, the resonance from my barrel chest. It's like having your microphone on top of the lid of your piano. You're going to get the vibrations through the box as well as through the air. True confession today, I do have my new heart rate strap, but unfortunately when I was screwing around with the apps, I managed to silence the iSmooth Run app. Hi.
Hello.
So, with the best intentions in the world, I'm now running by feel alone. I'll probably be running in zone 3 a little more than I wanted to today. But that's okay. It's not going to kill me. I'm running the old, hi there, the traditional hike method. I know this route so well that I know from previous experience what my heart is doing by how I feel and whether I'm going to be hitting an uphill or not. There's some more ducks for you. The video length will be the entire loop of the golf course. I forgot to check what the time was on my iSmooth Run app. It is being recorded, but I won't know unless I stop the video to look at the app what data is being kept. I'm sure my heart rate, distance and map is being tracked. That's never let me down. It's just occasionally there is a sort of a, excuse me, what you could say was a brain fart on the part of the phone when it comes to audio. When you're switching from app to app and asking Siri to turn the volume down, that's kind of, that's all going to be compromising the audio recording aspect of the phone. I mean, they're pretty smart, these smartphones, but you can still outfox them if you try to make them do too much at once. There are a few duffers on the green there. Moving to the next fairway.
They don't need a lot. They like sleeping.
Okay. I've now got a bit of downhill to do. which I will enjoy at running speed. I think I'll call this episode Cedar Hill full-time, real-time. Or maybe full-time, real-time at Cedar Hill. Any of the regulars will know what that means. I'm now taking a traditional hike based on my heart rate, my perceived heart rate from my breathing. There are some geese behaving rather geese-like. Those are the three duffers. They're on the fairway now at their balls, preparing to play to this green. Obviously the video does not have the luxury of the auto pause. This is the $1 million hill with the view. Coming by. Hello. Some brave soul running uphill. And hi. An unprovoked greeting from him. I recognize him. And down, down, down. This might well be the fastest part of the run today. Down by the water feature. Runner behind. Hi. I've noticed that when there's more than two people walking, they very seldom close ranks. They stay as wide as they were before I announced my arrival. I guess they feel that there's strength in numbers. They don't have to get out of my way. But when there's two, they normally get closer together or move to the side of the trail. Sometimes with the elderly, it's more of a hearing issue than anything else. They don't hear me when I'm in stealth mode. Getting to the noisy end of the golf course. I started this run off with about 3 kilometers of sidewalks and trails. See, they still haven't taken down the decorations from this tree. That'll happen soon. I started listening to Kevin Unplugged for yesterday. Ever since Stitcher went out of business, I've been trying to learn the subtleties of Spotify. And there are about 3 variables that you need to know about. One is the plus symbol. Hello. The plus symbol means you're adding it to your playlist. The download symbol means that you can listen offline, obviously. And the other time, when you just click on the actual episode, when you're at home watching the fire burn in the grate, I should say, that is being streamed. And when that episode ends, Spotify gives you some contemporary music to listen to. Immediately I thought, what is this? What is this nonsense? Anyway, so add to playlist, download, If you follow a podcast, I believe that is the tick. If you follow a podcast, it will automatically download the new episodes. One of the reasons I have to know about all these things is because I'm such a cheapskate. I still don't have data on my phone, which means that you need to download everything once you leave the house. Otherwise, you'll be listening to your own music or nothing. Because I do 99% of my runs solo, I need some entertainment. Having you along is a great improvement. Keeps my mind active. If truth be told, there are times when I am recording a podcast and also listening to something else simultaneously, but it really depends what I'm listening to, whether it will detract from my conversational flow. So that's the noisy end of the golf course. Now I get to the rec center, which is where I could pick up a Wi-Fi signal if I was prepared to wait. But I'm not. So I shall finish this recording at Queensberry Avenue and get back to listening to the last part of Kevin's 14-minute episode, which I did download. So this large barn-like structure is where they do the indoor tennis. That bricked area is the side of the weight room, and that blue-sided section of the building is the art studio. They have pottery and true life drawing and various things like that. They have exhibitions of textile work. They also have a preschool in there when the kids are, well, the parents I should say, are back to work, waving to somebody in the weight room on the treadmill. Halfway up this hill I will break into a hike, not because I'm getting data from my silent app, but because I always break for a walk just around this garbage can on the left, or just around here. By now my heart rate is probably around the 140 mark. Who knows? If I can talk, it's can't be that high. Kevin was talking about a diet today, so I'm more interested to hear how his heart rate training is going. I noticed today he was going out for a run, probably the first time since his surgery 4 weeks ago for gallbladder removal. I think they're called ectomies. Ectomy when they're removals. Hello. Ectomies are removals, like a spleenectomy or an appendectomy. colonectomy. That would be a colon removal. That's what my older brother had. He had a colonectomy about 6 years ago, maybe more. He is a long-term survivor with colorectal cancer. He has to wear an ostomy bag on his belly, bypasses his rectum. He's a real pro now with his, what's it called now? His colostomy regime. I think that would be the best description. Saw those girls on the other side. This is a pretty long ramp. I'm going to start jogging a little bit more again. Probably be walking pretty soon once I feel a little out of breath. The one thing I have to remember when I get home is that it's going to take me about 10 minutes or more for the phone to upload its data to the computer. And then I can start to process the video. The other thing I've noticed when I use my phone for video files is that they get stored to the cloud, and I keep getting these warnings that my iCloud storage is getting full. That's a load of malarkey. I mean, if I knew how to dump 90% of that, I would. In my New Year's plan to not store redundant data other than on a public storage platform like YouTube or Facebook. At least it's not clogging up my devices. They're just playing on people's perceived value of their data. After it's shared, for me, it is valueless. I do invariably listen and watch my material. I'm normally the first to audit my shows. I can't understand how people like JD don't do that. They almost refuse to listen to their shows. I think that's kind of irresponsible in a way. Hello.
But it takes some time.
I know you could say that because you made the show that you know what it is that you said, because you just said it. But it's more to do, for me anyway, it's more to do with the end product. If you expect somebody else to listen to it, you probably should have the courtesy to listen yourself and say in your innermost mind, would I listen to this regularly or not? I'll just leave that out there for a while to mature as I start my downhill section of the golf course run. I should be nearing the 30-minute mark now. If it's 3/8, that would be 24 minutes. And I'm probably running high with the fact that there has been no auto pause. I have probably been running this video for about, without looking at it, I would say 20 minutes. The sun is trying to come out. What is that song now? Hello again. The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out to play. Oh, they were talking French, those two women. I tend to forget that even though BC is primarily Anglophone, I do live in a bilingual country and I do speak French well enough to survive in La Belle Provence. The other reason why we do get some French speakers here is because of the Canadian military base in Esquimalt. It was the first military base on the Pacific coast way back in the time of, well, after the Hudson Bay, but before the separation, before the formation, I should say, of BC as part of Canada. Originally, it was an independent territory controlled by the Brits, their Navy, their Pacific Navy base. I still think they call themselves home of the Pacific Navy, or home of our Navy base on the Pacific, something like that. It is a natural sheltered harbour. Hi there. Well, because the military is a bilingual federal entity, they have to hire all linguistic groups, but especially the French Canadians. A lot of them are from La Belle Provence, back from Quebec. They get posted with their detachment. So, where I work in Esquimalt, there is a much higher percentage of military personnel. So I do see a lot of French speakers. I do hear French being spoken by lots of people there.
They missed some of the songs.
Hello again. It's a big guy. Getting back to calories and diet, I'm fortunate enough to be on the low end of light. Being small-framed, Latin type, thick 5'6", struggling to hold 120 and aspiring to weigh 130. So for me, it's more a matter of not eating too little, but trying to balance the amount of exercise I do to result in the goal that I want to maintain, which is a slight weight gain. I have to think about that MyFitnessPal app that Kevin was talking about. Mind you, my equation would be I want to gain 2 pounds a week until I'm 130. It'll probably tell me to stay in bed and eat donuts, but I can't do that. As I reach the end of my loop, I'm going to tip the camera down hopefully it'll be less than 30 minutes. And equally, hopefully, it would have recorded all that yammer. So this is the Running Jackal at the top of Queensbury Avenue, saying bye-bye from Thursday the 4th of January